yeah, I initially had that feeling like I had awakened, but like it was that feeling like something was starting to kind of open up here, and at this point, you know, starting to glow. Like I felt like that eye was that the point was just kind of starting to break open, the boomy bus, you know, but it hadn't quite, like when it did open for me, it was a massively explosive experience. It wasn't.
Oh, wow.
So it was like the cracks were starting to form there a little bit. Just yeah, that kind of initial stage. And I remember, yeah, I went out and I met with some friends. We went to a gig and had a, you know, a fun night out with some friends. I kind of forgot about it, and then I came home and I lay in bed, and you know, I couldn't get to sleep, and then suddenly had this really like unbelievably explosive boomy opening, as you know, all this crap that had been building up inside me for years suddenly literally just exploding out my forehead. It's like I was like literally lying in bed, like shouting, going, "Whoa, what the hell?" Like it was like 10 seconds of this really powerful energy blasting out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's why I say, you know, my first boomy opening was very revealing, like, because it just blasted so much of that confusion out. Okay. Like, yeah, it was, the first awakening was like, it kind of revealed everything for me. You know, it wasn't, I get the impression from a lot of people, their first awakening is quite, they're almost not even sure if it happened, or, you know, even when they get confirmation from Kim, kind of, they're still a little bit like, well, I think something happened. But for me, it was like, it was huge. You know, it was a massive, revealed everything. It revealed exactly what the self was and exactly where I needed to go to finish off the process, you know. I mean, I honestly believe that if I didn't do any practice after my first awakening, I would have still had boomy openings and perfections anyway. But obviously the practice that we have is a very powerful practice that's sped up the process for me, you know. But it's like, it was so revealing, that first insight, that yeah, I knew exactly what to do from that point onwards. It was very clear. Yeah, I really I kind of realized, yeah, like Buddha self, I realized Buddha nature immediately from that point of that first awakening. Like, I mean, when that first awakening occurred, the first thing I even said to me just seconds after I had that awakening was that I said to myself, without even thinking about it, I said, you know, I can be me now. You know, I realized, oh my God, I can be me now. It was all this, I didn't realize all this messiness had been going on before. And I was, you know, like everybody does, they're very confused. They're trying to find themselves. They're trying to please people. They're trying to be somebody. They don't know what they're trying to be, you know. Well, it's very confused all the time. And I realized at that point, oh my God, I don't have to be any of that, you know. But obviously I didn't realize at that stage that all that crap was going to start coming back in. But it was like I completely realized Buddhahood in that moment, you know, very clear realization of Buddhahood. So, yeah, it all came back, you know, bit by bit, but that initial insight that I had stayed with me very, very clearly. Like that connection with the natural state, that presence of a guru that was just there, like incredibly strong, like right from the first moment. Oh, wow. It stayed with me through the whole practice, but obviously it got stronger as I opened more boomies